just in. There's a moment every South African small business hits after reading Building a Story Brand. The brand script is half done, the website sounds like it was written in a rush, and someone in the team says, I thought this was supposed to make things simpler. It is, but only if you do it right. A story brand guide in South Africa is not just a nice to have. It's what turns an international framework into a working message that actually fits your market, your budget, and your customer's attention span. Because as it turns out, a copy-paste story from overseas doesn't always land when your buyer is waiting out load shedding or comparing WhatsApp quotes at 10 p.m. And StoryBrand sounds great until you try to do it alone. You read the book, you drafted the brand script, you even tried AI. But now your website still feels generic. Your ads are inconsistent and nobody's quite sure how to talk about the business. That's not failure. That's incomplete implementation. StoryBrand gives you the bones of a good message. A South African guide helps flesh it out, dress it properly, and make sure it speaks to people who don't live in Nashville. This is why StoryBrand needs a South African guide. StoryBrand works everywhere in principle, but the moment you try to apply it in South Africa, a few very real differences show up that change how the message needs to be shaped and delivered. People here don't trust marketing. They trust people. Referrals, WhatsApp groups, and knowing someone who knows someone. That's still how most B2B decisions are made. Local messaging needs to sound real and grounded, not like it came out of a generic brochure generator. Small teams, real budgets, zero time. A guide who works in South Africa understands that there's no marketing department waiting to implement a 97-point content plan. Messaging needs to be simple, practical, and ship-ready. Local problems change the pitch. From load shedding to BEE, your customers have stress that never makes it into American marketing playbooks. Good StoryBrand messaging speaks to what's real here. Risk, trust, and not wasting money. What is a great StoryBrand guide in South Africa? Well, I'm Vicky Sidler, a certified StoryBrand guide and the founder of Strategic Marketing Tribe, based in Pretoria and working with clients across South Africa. Most of my clients are service-based businesses led by hands-on founders who are done with guesswork and want marketing that actually works. I'm also certified in duct tape marketing, which helps me go beyond just messaging. I help clients build simple, strategic marketing systems they can run without needing a full-time marketing department. That combination, StoryBrand and duct tape marketing, means I don't just hand over a better message. I help you use that message to drive leads, nurture prospects, and close more sales. Since 2022, I've helped South African businesses clarify their brand scripts, sharpen their positioning, and turn confusion into clear, confident communication. Here's how it works. It all starts with a coffee chat. No pressure, no pitch, just a quick call to get to know each other and see if the StoryBrand approach fits what you actually need. Step 1 is business discovery. If we decide to work together, we begin with a focused discovery session. I ask smart questions about your goals, ideal clients, sales process, and what has or hasn't worked for you in your past marketing efforts. The aim is to connect your messaging work to clear outcomes, better leads, stronger positioning, and more confident sales conversations. Step 2 is the brand script workshop. This is where the story gets shaped. We work through your customers' real problems, your role as the guide, and how to present your offer without sounding like a life coach or a used car salesman. We also pin down realistic calls to action, things that work in a South African market, not just what looks good on a US-based template. Step 3 is rollout and support. Some clients just need the message and prefer to run with it. Others want help implementing, writing the full site, refining emails, aligning sales decks, or building a simple marketing system around the message. Whatever your setup, the support is tailored to your capacity, timeline, and goals. This is where StoryBrand really shines. Not every business needs a full messaging overhaul, but for some, it's the one thing holding back everything. In my experience, StoryBrand hits hardest in businesses where trust drives the sale and clarity feels just out of reach. You'll get the most value if you're in professional services where your team is brilliant, but your website reads like an instruction manual. Or running the business yourself and all the marketing still lives in your head, along with 47 other things. Or perhaps you're a consultant, coach, or agency where prospects ask, why you? And you need a better answer than, I care more. If you're expanding into a new market, suddenly your old messaging might not quite fit, but starting from scratch feels risky. If your work depends on people trusting you, your message can't be vague, inconsistent, or written by a committee. It needs to land fast, clear, and confidently. But what does it actually cost? Well, most small businesses I work with spend between 10 and 30,000 Rand, depending on what they need. A simple brand script and message refinement starts at around 10,000 Rand. Bigger projects that include wireframes, email flows, or strategy support scale from there. And unlike the designer who charged you 40,000 Rand for a homepage no one reads, this work leads to actual results. Like clients who finally get what you do and why they should care. Should you get a copywriter or a StoryBrand guide? Well, a copywriter can make your words sparkle. A StoryBrand guide makes your business make sense. The difference? One edits what's already in your head. The other helps organize the chaos, spot what matters, and shape a message that moves people to act. Nice words are good. Clear strategy is better. And yes, this works remotely. Workshops happen over Zoom. Notes live in shared documents, and you don't need to block off a week, find a boardroom, or refill the Nespresso machine. Most of my local clients are spread across the country. If you're in Josie, Cape Town, or George, we can still get the work done without booking flights. If you're in Pretoria, I might even buy the coffee. Already got a brand script? Even better. I won't make you start again. I'll help pressure test what you've got, clean up anything fuzzy, and make sure it actually works in the real world, not just in your head or on a whiteboard. StoryBrand shouldn't be a folder on your drive. It should be the spine of your marketing. You've got the story, now let's make sure it lands. You don't need to be louder. You need to be clearer. If your marketing feels scattered or your website still reads like it was built on a dare, a simple StoryBrand message might be the shift that makes everything click. Strategic Marketing Tribe is here to help South African businesses get that clarity without the fluff, the hype, or the 12-step funnel you'll never use. To help you get started, download my 5-minute marketing fix and get one sharp sentence that tells people what you do and why it matters. You can download it for free in the description below, or you can go to strategicmarketingtribe.com/fix. But what about you? What part of your marketing message still feels too vague? I'll go first. Helping small businesses grow is fine, but unless I explain how, it could mean anything. Strategy, ads, witchcraft. Okay, your turn. What part of your message feels fuzzy? Let me know in the comments. I'm Vicky Sidler from the Strategic Marketing Tribe, and I post helpful news updates for small businesses every day.